Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to part 2 of my post-Christmas cleanup, organization, and declutter. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the first video, I would suggest going back and watching that first so you can kind of see what's been done and what we're planning to get done in today's video. But the overview for today's video is that we're going to try and get all these new toys that you see in this shot downstairs into our playroom. We're going to get our playroom cleaned up, organized, and actually moved around a little bit. And that involves also getting rid of a lot of toys that the kids no longer play with so that we can donate them or throw them out if they're broken. And getting the rest of my stuff put away and getting Christmas taken down so that the house is reset, ready for the new year. So if you like what you see, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment, like this video, whatever is comfortable for you. And I hope it provides you some motivation. I know sometimes in the new year we can start off pretty gung-ho and have a lot of motivation, but if you're looking for a little extra anyways, I hope you find it here. So sit back, enjoy, and I will talk to you throughout the video. This is the basement playroom. I accidentally filmed this very quickly, and it's hard to slow down once you've already filmed it sped up. But this is us cleaning up all the mess and going through all the toys and deciding what could be donated, what could be thrown out, what we weren't using anymore. And then I'm going to show you sort of a clip that pans through the things at that point that we were donating. We add to it more throughout the video, and I'll show you a clip again at the end of our final big piles of what we're donating.
Daddy!
There's one leg box and a leg
Two
box.
legs. Give me 5. Give me 5. Too slow.
2 lightsabers!
Lightsabers.
So before we could really do anything, we needed to clean up, like I said, this room. And I wanted to do a bit of a vacuum and just get some of the dirt that was on the floor and cobwebs and stuff. Admittedly, this room does not get cleaned very often. Maybe it will more so now that it's much more clean and organized, but before that, it's kind of a forgotten room. These doors, as we've done renos in our house, we were keeping them, not sure if we were going to need them or not, but they've been sitting there for 4 years and we've never touched them, so it's time to donate them to someone who might be able to use them. And just sort of reorganize the furniture that was in the room to create a better feng shui, I guess, and just a more open space that the kids would be able to use to play. So we're going to get it all sort of just minimally cleaned, and then we'll start bringing things in and seeing where we can fit them.
Cleaning up. Uncleaning.
Okay, so this is the basement now that we're done rearranging things. So this unit used to be over here on this wall. You might remember it from some of my previous videos. And this couch was here under the mat. And then this chair right here was over in this corner, but it was kind of like facing this way. And then in this place, there was a white desk with that chair. And instead of two legs on the one side, it had this unit. So we kept that because that's kind of like my craft storage area for the kids. So that's just going to be a little table there now. We had crokinole and we made a homemade version of poker dice. And those were hidden behind the chair in that corner forever. So it's kind of nice that they're out. We've actually already played crokinole a few times. We brought all of our Christmas stuff downstairs, so a lot of the stuff is in this unit. There's some puzzles there. The games are over here. So we kind of have it like adult games, kids games, and then puzzles, and now some crafty like kits and stuff like that. And then random dinos. This stuff we haven't found a home yet for. This is a terrarium kit that Finn and Andrew are going to do this week because Finn's still off school. So it's just finding some homes for these. And then this corner was a mess. It was just boxes from Costco. It was our old car seat, which actually was expired. So we're just going to toss that. So for now, it just has, actually, I think I have a light here. It just has a basket of blankets and a couple other things. And then that's at the table that the kids can build on and play with their trains on. And then over there, that's our storage area. This is always going to be a work in progress. It's an unfinished basement, and this is the safest room down here. So this is just where we've put the majority of the kids' toys. It would be lovely to have a finished basement and a dedicated playroom where the kids could come down and play all the time. But I don't know. I don't know if that's in the cards for this house. So, and that's fine. We'll just see how the next few years go. But in the meantime, this is more organized. Our rule for this room going forward is that if you play down here, you have to clean up your mess before you leave. Before, it was just... It's just a crappy room, right, with a bunch of toys thrown in it. So we didn't come down here too often. We didn't audit the area, and so the kids could play with their toys, leave them, come upstairs, and there was no repercussions. Like, it didn't matter. So you saw at the beginning of us coming down to the basement, we had a bunch of stuff we had to clean up. So now that it's a little bit more organized and some of the toys that don't get played with are out of here, and the stuff that does get played with is like out front and center for them to be able to reach themselves, that's going to be what we're going to try going forward. Is whatever you play with, clean it up before you come upstairs. Who knows if it will last, but it's the intention. Most importantly is all our Christmas stuff has a home. Well, except for those things, but we'll get those homes this week. I brought out the big Play-Doh bin so that I could put away all the Play-Doh stuff and add it to our collection that we already had. And of course, once you bring it out and the kids see it, they want to play with it. So there was some mess that was made while I was trying to tidy other mess, but I didn't mind because they actually played really well together and for quite a while. And it was with Play-Doh, which I'm totally happy with them playing with and being imaginative and creative. So that was great. And while they did that, so we have sort of a system to our bins that are in our living room. Each one is sort of a different theme. This one is our like coloring, drawing, tracing, any kind of artsy or writing activity would go into this bin. So I'm just going through all the things that were already in there, throwing out any odd bits and pieces that are done, markers that don't work, all that kind of stuff. And then the kids got some new supplies for Christmas, so I'm just adding them to what's already there and getting all that put away in the bin. So that bin is now ready for the new year with all of our new items in them anytime the kids want to do some sort of crafty arts and drawing. love Christmas. It's probably my most favorite holiday. I love decorating a tree. I like going and getting the tree. I like all the little things that we do to try and make the holiday special with our kids. But the one thing I do not enjoy doing is cleaning up from Christmas. I do not like taking all the ornaments off the tree, getting them all put back in their containers. I don't like having to go through and make sure I didn't miss any. I don't like the mess that it makes. There's nothing fun about the cleanup other than when it's done and you have your room back and things just feel a little bit more bare and less cluttered. I do love that part. But I don't know, if there was like a magical fairy that could just come in and, I don't know, just wave a wand and all of Christmas would be put away nice and neat, that would be amazing. But it is fun to look at the ornaments, and I'm someone who, my tree is never going to be a perfect, like, color coordinated themed tree. It's always going to have a mishmash of ornaments, and a lot of them are going to be homemade or made at school or have some sort of story behind them in terms of where we bought them or who got it for us. And I just love that. I love that ornaments can tell stories. So my tree is never going to be pretty like it could be in a storefront window, but it's always going to be very meaningful. While I'm finishing taking down Christmas and just getting some more stuff cleaned up, I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about something I'm sort of trying in the new year. It's called the Pantry Challenge. I don't know how many of you will be familiar with it. I first heard of it from watching the Acre Homestead channel, and she had mentioned that she had learned of it from the Three Rivers Homestead channel. So I actually went and watched hers as well. Basically, the idea is that for January and February, you're setting your own rules and goals for yourself. But the gist of it is that you're trying to spend the least amount of money possible on your groceries and using up a lot of the stuff that's already in your home. For homesteaders, this might look really different because they may have dairy cows, they may have their own sources of beef and all that stuff, and a lot of canned goods. For me, I learned of it a little bit late, so it wasn't something I could really prepare for and sort of gung-ho go all in. But I am really on board for spending less money because groceries are insane right now for their pricing. We have a lot of food in our cold cellar and just at the back of our pantry that's good, and I just never get to it because, so for example, we have a lot of bags of dry beans, but I go for the convenience item that is canned beans because by the time I remember that I need beans for a recipe, I don't want to wait 30 minutes for them to get cooked in the pressure cooker. So I thought, you know what, if I could challenge myself to try and use up those items and find recipes that will use up those items as well, I could clear out space in my deep freezer, clear out space in the freezer in my kitchen, use up stuff in my pantry so that it doesn't go bad. So I'm reducing waste, I'm saving money, I'm coming up with new recipes. For the most part, they're going to be healthy. So those are basically the rules I'm putting on myself. I'm not giving myself a budget that I have to stick to. I know Acre Homestead, she's sticking to like $50 a month, I think mostly just for some fresh produce and milk and stuff. I'm not going to do that. If we need some groceries, we need groceries. I haven't planned it out enough to be able to commit that fully. But, like she and Three Rivers Homestead say, it doesn't really matter what your rules are. You're really just trying to improve on yourself and set goals for yourself that may give you a better January and February. So if you hadn't heard of it, I would suggest checking out those channels. They will be able to describe it in better detail and maybe make more sense than I am. Or if you've heard of something similar and you've been thinking about trying it, maybe go for it now. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can start halfway through January. It doesn't matter. You can set all your own rules. All that matters is that maybe at the end of February, you'll have saved your family a couple $100 or made some healthier meals or learned some new family favorite recipes, reduced your waste. I mean, there's so many positives that can come from this challenge. So I just thought I'd share that with you as I'm cleaning in the background there, because I thought it sounded really cool. And I know right now prices are big. And I know after the holidays, it can be sometimes hard for some families. So this might be an opportunity to maybe save some money, do some good for yourself and your family, and just have fun challenging yourself to do something new. So that's me on my soapbox. I'm going to say goodbye to you now as I put away all of these things, because I want you to see at the end of the video just how much we were able to get out of our house and out of our lives. Thank you so much for watching this channel. I'm so excited that it's a new year. I've got lots of new ideas and things I want to do around the house, and I want to bring you along with me and us as we tackle projects and keep cleaning and cooking and doing all the things. So I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm really glad you guys are here for this journey with me, and I really just thank you for being here. You're going to see in a minute how much we are donating and getting out of our house. It's almost 6 full garbage bags plus some furniture, so we were able to donate that, throw it out, do all the things to get it out of our house and out of our lives into someone else who might need it more than us, and that's what matters. So have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.